Hey, what do you think? How bad is climate change going to be? So, what do you think? Well, is it, some people think climate change doesn't even exist. So, if you think that, write in the comments. If you think, well, of course, there is a little bit of climate change, but if it's getting like 1 or 2 degrees warmer, who really cares, That was me like some years ago where I thought, hey, the people are talking about 1 or 2 degrees of climate change. And that's really not a big deal, right? Why are people so, much caring about this? And I thought, it doesn't really matter, like in Germany, it's usually quite cold. If it's get like 1 or 2 degrees warmer, so what? It's good, it's not so cold though, in winter so much anymore. Yeah? Or do you really believe that climate change is really, really going to be a severe issue? And it's much worse than these 1 or 2 degrees. Well, very welcome, because, I just looked into much more of the details and behind the science of the whole thing, and you can do the same thing if you want. It's really visible. And then I saw, okay, CO2 concentrations are going up in the atmosphere. We are producing always more CO2. The temperature is rising. And then there's a very strong causality and correlation between CO2 in the atmosphere and the temperature on the planet. Yeah? And then, I looked up, what is actually the predictions, And then it's like, the predictions, what people are doing seem to be always saying, it's not going to be that bad, 1, 2 degrees, but this is global warming. So, just to give you an overview, there are like 2 or 3 things which might really make you up. Because if you talk like 2-degree global warming, it doesn't mean your country is 2 degrees warmer. It's going to be much more. Like, for example, in Germany, the warming we have in Germany as a country, the climate is changing double that. So it's like nearly double the temperature increase already in Germany. That's because, hey, everybody, we live on land and there's like the water heating up. The other thing is, when they talk about these predictions, they only put a 50% probability to this. There are predictions which are much higher, and every prediction of the future is like with uncertainty. So, the scientists give you like diagrams and can tell you how high the probability is. But they just chose to use 50%. Yeah? If you look it up, you come to much larger values, and so on and so on. And then I thought, it's going to be much, much worse. So, write in the comment what you think and follow the channel.